Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Kapil Gupta Career Pod Show, where we break down exciting careers in the simplest way possible. And I'm your host, Kapil Gupta. Ever scrolled through Instagram and thought, wow, that reporter is standing right in the middle of all the action? Or watched someone interview your favorite celebrity and wondered how cool would it be to ask Shah Rukh Khan questions face to face? Well, today we are diving into the world of journalism, the career that puts you where the action is. Now, whether it's covering breaking news, exposing corruption, or simply telling stories that matter, journalism is that exciting career that lets you be the voice of truth in a world full of noise. And guess what? In today's digital age, journalism has completely transformed. It's no longer just about newspapers and TV channels. It's podcasts like this one. It's YouTube channels, it's Instagram reels, it's viral tweets. Journalism today is as Gen Z as it gets. So if you have ever dreamt of being that person who asks the tough questions or tells stories that change minds, stick around. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what it takes to rock the journalism world. So let's get started. Hello, all. I'm Kapil Gupta, founder of Study Abroad Academy. I'm on a mission to coach and mentor 100,000 high school students and help them realize the dream of studying in the best universities of the world and build happy careers for themselves. So let's talk opportunities. And trust me, there are tons of them, both in India and abroad. Talking about India, journalism is booming right now. We have over 100,000 registered newspapers and magazines, 900 plus TV channels, and countless digital news platforms. Traditional media houses like the Times of India, NDTV, and India Today are always looking for fresh talent. But the real growth is happening in digital media. Platforms like The Wire, Scroll.in, and the News Minute are changing how news is delivered. And regional language journalism? It's on fire. With content being created in Hindi, Tamil, Bengali, and many other languages. There's huge demand for journalists who can connect with local audiences. But wait, what about abroad? The global journalism scene is massive. International organizations like BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, and writers hire journalists from all over the world, including India. Many Indian journalists are rocking it internationally, like Fareed Zakaria at CNN and Burkha Dutt, who reports for international publications. But my personal favorite is Palki Sharma from The First Post. The coolest part, the rise of remote work means you can be sitting in Mumbai while writing for a publication in New York. Or you could be a video journalist covering stories from Delhi for a YouTube channel based in London. And here's the tea, specialized journalism is where it's at. Sports journalism, tech journalism, food journalism, travel journalism, fashion journalism. Pick your passion and make it your beat. And want to know the hottest trends? Investigative journalism is making a comeback, especially through podcasts and docuseries. Data journalism is huge, making sense of complicated numbers and presenting them in eye catching infographics. And mobile journalism, or Mojo, as the cool kid call it, reporting entirely using smartphones is perfect for Gen Z journalists who practically live on their phones anyway. So the scope is literally limitless. But remember, it's a competitive field. The ones who stand out are those who bring something unique to the table, a fresh perspective, authentic voice, or specialized knowledge. So, what exactly does a journalist do? Is it all glitz and glamour like we see in movies? Well, sometimes yes, but mostly no. A typical day in a journalist's life can be super unpredictable, and that's what makes it exciting. You might start your morning scanning news alerts and social media for breaking stories, and then you might attend a press conference, conduct interviews, or head out to where a story is unfolding. The work environment varies wildly depending on your role. If you're a field reporter, you could be anywhere, from a cricket stadium to a flooded village, from the parliament to a film set. And if you're an editor or a desk journalist, you likely work from a newsroom or even from home these days. So let me break down some common roles. News reporters. They chase breaking stories, conduct interviews, and report facts as they happen. Imagine being the first to reach a scene where something big just happened. Then, feature writers. They create in depth, detailed stories that go beyond headlines. They might spend weeks researching a single story. Then, broadcast journalists who work in TV or radio, presenting news or conducting on air interviews. Yes, these are the faces you see on TV. Then, photojournalists tell stories through powerful images. One impactful photo can sometimes say more than 1,000 words. And then digital journalists create content specifically for online platforms, often incorporating multimedia elements like videos, podcasts, and interactive graphics. And now we have social media journalists who report news through Instagram stories, Twitter threads, and TikTok videos, basically getting paid to do what most of us do for free. But here's the reality check: journalism isn't just about being on camera or getting your byline in famous publication. It involves a lot of behind the scenes work, like researching facts thoroughly, building sources and maintaining relationships, fact checking everything, and I mean everything, and working under tight deadlines, sometimes really, really tight, editing and re editing content until it's perfect, and sometimes working odd hours or weekends when news breaks. Now, the job can be demanding and sometimes stressful, but ask any journalist, and they'll tell you there's nothing quite like the rush of breaking a story as seeing your work make a real difference in society. So, now let's talk about what it takes to become a journalist. The good news: you don't necessarily need fancy degrees to get started. Some of the best journalists came from completely different fields. But education definitely helps, especially when you are just starting out. A bachelor's degree in journalism, mass communication, or media studies is the most common path. For specialized journalism, some people also get degrees in subjects like economics, science, or political science first, and then move to journalism. So let me shout out some top journalism schools in India: Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Delhi; Xavier's Institute of Communication, Mumbai; then Symbiosis Institute of Media and Communication, based in Pune; then Asian College of Journalism, Chennai; and Jamia Millia Islamia, Delhi. And talking internationally, Columbia University School of Journalism, United States; then University of California, Berkeley, once again, United States; then London School of Economics, especially for political journalism, UK; then Cardiff University, again in UK; and then University of Amsterdam, based in Netherlands. But listen up, a degree alone won't cut it. Journalism is all about skills and attitude. So, here are the skills you absolutely need. One, strong writing and communication. Now, this is non negotiable. You need to express complex ideas in simple language, just like we are doing in this podcast. The number two, research abilities. Know how to find information, verify facts, and dig deeper than a standard Google search. The number three, critical thinking. Question everything. A good journalist never takes information at face value. The number four, digital savviness. Today's journalists need to be comfortable with technology, from basic video editing to understanding social media analytics. The number five, adaptability. The media landscape changes faster than fashion trends. You need to keep up. The number six, ethical judgment. Knowing the difference between what will get clicks and what should be reported is crucial. And last, time management. Those deadlines won't wait for anyone. And here's something most colleges won't teach you: you need thick skin. Journalists often face criticism, pressure, and sometimes even threats. The ability to stay calm under pressure is super important. And many successful journalists started by writing for college magazines, interning at local news outlets, or creating their own blogs or YouTube channels. Experience matters more than fancy degrees in this field. And remember, journalism is less about what you know and more about your curiosity to learn what you don't know. So now let's talk money, because passion is great, but bills need to be paid too. And I'll be honest, journalism isn't typically known for sky high salaries, especially at entry level. But as you build your reputation and expertise, the compensation can become quite attractive. In India, a fresher might start anywhere between 15,000 to 30,000 per month, depending on the organizational location. And mid level journalists with 5 to 7 years of experience can earn between 40,000 to 80,000 monthly, but senior editors and well known TV anchors can take anywhere from 1 lakh to several lakhs per month. Now, the big names in Indian journalism, the top anchors and editors in chiefs at major networks, they can earn in crores annually. Freelance journalism is becoming increasingly popular, where payment is usually per article or project. Now, rates can range from 2,000 for a simple article to 50,000 or more for in depth feature stories in premium publications. Then, looking abroad, salaries are generally higher, but so is the cost of living. So, in the United States, entry level journalists make about 35,000 to $45,000 annually. So that's roughly 26 to 33 lakhs. In the UK, starting salaries are about 20,000 pounds to 25,000 pounds, approximately 21 to 26 lakhs. In Australia, beginners earn about 50 to 60,000 Australian dollars, that comes roughly 26 to 31 lakhs. Now, specialized journalists typically earn more. For example, financial journalists, tech journalists, and investigative reporters often command higher salaries because of their expertise. And here's something super relevant for Gen Z journalists. Content creators who build their own personal brand can sometimes earn much more through multiple revenue streams like YouTube ads, sponsored content, Patreon subscribers, and more. Many independent journalists on platforms like Substack earn six figure incomes in dollars through subscription newsletters. Now, the bottom line: your first job might not make you rich, but as you build your skills, network, and reputation, the financial rewards can definitely grow. And the non monetary rewards, like making a difference, having your voice heard, and sometimes even changing society for the better. Now, those are priceless. So, there you have it: the exciting, challenging, and ever evolving world of journalism. So, let's sum it up. Journalism today is no longer just about newspapers and TV. It's podcasts, YouTube, social media, newsletters. It's wherever people consume information. Now, the field is constantly changing, but the core remains the same: finding truth and sharing stories that matter. Yes, it's competitive. Yes, it requires hard work and persistence. And yes, the starting pay might not be amazing. But few careers offer the same level of impact and purpose. Imagine uncovering a story that changes policy, helps someone in need, or simply helps people understand the world a little better. For those of you thinking about journalism as a career, my advice is simple: start now. You don't need a fancy degree or expensive equipment to begin. Start a blog, create social media content about topics you care about, practice interviewing people, or volunteer for your college magazine. The best journalists are those who are endlessly curious, who question everything, and who care deeply about the impact of their words. Now, if that sounds like you, then perhaps journalism is your calling. And remember what the legendary journalist P. Sainath once said: good journalism is about going to places where others don't go and asking questions others don't ask. So go to those places, ask those questions. The world needs authentic voices now more than ever. And this is Kapil Gupta signing off from another episode of the Kapil Gupta Career Pod Show. And if you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, share it with friends who might be interested in journalism, and leave us a review. And hey, drop a comment sharing what career you want to cover next. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep chasing your dreams. Bye bye.